What is up guys, my name is Ignas, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to make a dividend comparison on several banks from the financial sector. So the first and largest pick will be Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. The stock is down 21.94% on the year to date. 1 year's performance is a bit better, still over for 16.40%. And in 5 years the stock is positive, where it was trading under $24 per share back in 2017, going higher 52.3% in 5 years, right there to $36 per share. Now this one will be the largest for the comparison with a market cap of $290 billion US, and the stock is now trading at a dividend yield percentage of 2.33. The name that I want to put against Bank of America is Wells Fargo, ticker symbol WFC. On the year to date it is only down for 11.28%. In 1 year the downside was again smaller, lower for 4.46%. Unfortunately the stock is still down in 5 years. It was trading at just under $54 back in 2017 and lost 16.34% in 5 years to $45 per share. So this bank is a bit smaller, market cap at $170 billion US, and the stock is paying dividends at 2.22%. But to make it even more interesting, I would like to add a third name for this comparison. So that will be Citigroup, ticker symbol C. Similarly, on the year to date it is down for 18.49%. Unfortunately, 1 year's performance is even worse, down for 45.15%, and that is a bit saved by the 5-year performance, where the stock was trading at $64.50 back in 2017, lost 20.2% in 5 years, and that is now worth $51.55. Citigroup's market cap is just under $100 billion at $99.8 billion, but they are paying the largest dividend, which is at 3.97%. So we'll put these three names for a comparison, and to make that happen we'll go into Google Sheets. So the ticker symbol for each bank are in, and for the comparison we'll use 5 metrics: dividend yield, dividend payout ratio, years of consecutive dividend increases, next year's estimated 5-year compound annual dividend growth rate, and current dividend yield's performance against its 5-year average. So we'll put the resulting metrics for each name, and then give out a point for the one with the best result. After that we calculate points, and the one with the most of them will be considered the winner of this comparison. I do hope that the rules were clear, so let's start. So the first metric will be the dividend yield percentage. It is calculated by taking the annual dividend per share and dividing it by the share price. So we are looking for the one with a higher yield percentage. Bank of America is paying an annual dividend of 84 cents per share, and with a share price of $36.29, that is a dividend yield of 2.31%. Now Wells Fargo is paying an annual dividend of $1 per share, and at their price of $45.24 per share, it is a dividend yield of 2.21%. Lastly, we have Citigroup, so they are paying a dividend of $2.04, and at a price per share of $51.78, that comes in at a yield at 3.95%. Now let's move to the second metric, and that is the dividend payout ratio. It shows what part of company's earnings are distributed back to investors as dividends. We are looking for the lowest percentage, because that means the company still has more cash available to potentially keep increasing on those dividends or reinvesting back elsewhere. So with Bank of America, the payout ratio is at 21.58%, meaning that just over 1/5 of their earnings are paid back to shareholders. Now for Wells Fargo that is even lower, and the payout ratio here is at 19.18%. On the other hand, Citigroup has it a bit higher, with a payout ratio of 27.54%. Now third metric are the number of years of consecutive dividend increases. So for how many years the company has consecutively increased dividends at least 1 quarter every year. In Bank of America's case they have been increasing dividends, but unfortunately that was just prior to last. So we have 1 year of dividend increases. Now in Wells Fargo case that is a bit better, as they have 2 years of consecutive dividend increases, and if we take a look into Citigroup, for this metric they again are the worst, where it turns out the dividend haven't been increased from last year. Metric number 4 is the compound annual dividend growth rate. Here we'll take the 5-year average estimated with next year in mind. So in Bank of America's case, the growth rate is at 9.24%. Now if we switch to Wells Fargo, the growth rate is going up but still in the negative at minus 4.36%, and for Citigroup we have it a bit better, positive at a dividend growth rate of 5.78%. Now I think the fifth metric is the most interesting, and for that we'll use my dividend investing watchlist. So here we have Bank of America's dividend yield history for each quarter of the last 5 years. And out of this information we can find that on average in 5 years the dividend yield was at exactly 2%. So the highest dividend was back in 2020 with a percentage of 2.78, which was 39% higher than that 5-year average. And worst was back in 2018 at 1.39%, under average for 30.5%. But if we would be buying into the stock right now, where the dividend yield is at 2.32%, that is over the 5-year average for exactly 16%. So this is here the number that we'll use for the comparison. Now let's switch to Wells Fargo. We have the yield history in, and on average in 5 years the yield was at 3.15%. So the highest dividend was in 2020 with 7.91%, more than double the average at 150.73%, and worst was in 2021 with 0.85%, under average for 73.06%. But if we would be buying the stock now at a dividend yield of 2.22%, that is under the 5-year average for 29.63%. So let's take Citigroup, and for this one the 5-year average is at 2.76%. So worst yield was way back in 2017 at 1.17%, under average for 57.63%, and best percentage by the end of 2020 at 4.84, higher than average for 75.27%. But if we would be buying into the stock right now, that is still a solid dividend at 3.97%, over average for 43.77%. Now if you would be interested in doing a similar analysis for yourself, you are able to access this watchlist by following the first link at the top of the description. Otherwise feel free to add tickers that you are watching in a comment below, and I'll consider adding them into my watchlist here. Maybe there are some opportunities out there that I'm still missing. So we have finished looking for the metrics, and now all of that information is available in our table. So it's time to start assigning the points for each winning metric. With the dividend yield in mind, the highest is for Citigroup at 3.95%, lowest dividend payout ratio is at Wells Fargo at 19.18%. Wells Fargo also had the highest number of consecutive dividend increases with 2 years. 5-year compound annual dividend growth rate goes to Bank of America with 9.24%. And lastly, the current dividend yield compared to its 5-year average goes to Citigroup with 43.77%. So the points are assigned, and these are here the results. Bank of America won on 1 metric, Wells Fargo 2 metrics, and Citigroup also 2. So it means that there is this tie between Wells Fargo and Citigroup. But maybe we could remove that 1 point from Bank of America and reassign it elsewhere. If so, that point for the dividend growth rate would be going to Citigroup. Then they have a sum of 3 points, 1 over Wells Fargo, meaning that even if slightly, Citigroup is considered the winner of this comparison. So that was it. Make sure to support the channel and leave a thumbs up under the video. Which stock out of these 3 do you prefer, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Citigroup? Share your preference in a comment below. If you would be interested in getting access to my Google Sheets documents, then consider memberships. By becoming a member, you will get access to Discord, where I share my dividend investing watchlist and all the buys and sells exactly when I do them. This could be a great option to track my moves closely. Last week I've looked into several other companies, so if you are interested in any of these, then click on a video that is currently on the screen. And that was it from my side. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing y'all in the next one.